Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you're enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 4. We are learning Unit 1. Its title is Speaking the Truth. Today is lecture 4, my dear fellow teachers. Along with this video lecture in description box, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, print it, follow it as it is or modify it for your convenience. This is the lesson plan I'm going to follow for this lecture. Yes, my dear students, lecture 4 under the title of pronunciation skills, we are going to learn about short and long vowel sounds and diphthongs, and we'll cover page number 8 and 9 of your book. Before this, in your English for grade 3, I have taught you long and short vowel sounds. I hope you remember. If not, you may watch this video again. And we have also learned about digraphs. I hope you remember. Otherwise, this video is available. Now, we'll learn further and we'll cover the SLO to pronounce and practice long and short vowels and diphthongs as they occur in practice items and sentences in reading, lesson, and in speech. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says in Surah Muzammil, verse 4, or a little more, and recite the Quran properly in a measured way. Yes, my dear children, subhanallah, our religion teaches us everything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to recite Quran properly. It means when we have to recite Quran properly, we have to learn how to recite it properly. Likewise, whenever we want to say something properly, we have to learn it. And that is what we are going to do today, inshallah. So first you tell me, what is a vowel? And also, what is a short vowel? So teachers, kindly pause the video and make sure our children familiar with sounds of vowels, like they know what vowels are, what short vowels are. So pause the video and take the answer from the students. Yes, my dear students, I hope you know and you remember the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and short vowels which we have learned. When there is one vowel in a word, either at the beginning or between two consonants, it usually has the short vowel sound. This is generally short vowel sound when a vowel comes along, it's one at the beginning, or it is between two consonants, the vowel gives its short vowel sound. And when it's long, we have learned two principles. One, when a word has two vowels, usually the first vowel says its name. So we memorize it like that. When two vowels are walking, the first does the talking and says its name. What? When two vowels are walking, the first does the talking and says its name, right? So when two vowels are walking, you have to focus on the first vowel. It will say its long sound, and the second vowel is silent. This is what we have learned. And its examples are as AI. So here, when we say rain, this I has no sound, and we say rain with long vowel sound A. Right? Likewise, boat, peach. And the second rule which we learned was, if a word is ending with E, this is called bossy E. Okay? The bossy E when it's there. So what happens? The vowel which is preceding will give its long sound, and this E remains silent. That's why it's called bossy. It does nothing, but it makes the previous vowel to make its long sound, as I gives its long sound in fire, and place gives, this A gives its long sound in place. Because of this, bossy E. I have given a detailed lecture in grade 3. I hope you remember. So let's learn further and let's say some words. The short vowel sound of A is A, as in ant, and as cat. The long vowel sound of A is A, as in cake, bake. Again, you can see it's bossy E, so it makes this A to give its long sound, that is A. The short vowel sound of E is A, as in jet and net, and long vowel sound of E is E, as in feed and leaf. All right, here you see that principal two vowels are walking. The first does the talking and says its name. That's why it's leaf. The I, its short sound is I, as in fish and fig, and its long sound is I, as in kite and ice cream. Ice cream. The short sound of O is O, as in clock, dog, and long sound is O, as in rope and boat. And the short sound of U is U, as in sun and jump, and long sound is U, as in cute and unicorn. Right? So this is how all these 5 vowels may have short or long sound. Here I am giving you a chart. By looking at this, you can say the words and you can practice as much as you need. So teachers, kindly pause the video over here and make your children to practice the short and long vowel sounds in different words. And if you think they need more practice, you can repeat it several times. So pause the video and practice these words. Yes, all right, my children. I hope you are done with this. So let's see what does your book says about it. Open your book on page number 8. Here it's short vowel sounds. Short vowels are used to refer to the sounds that most often correspond to the letters A, E, I, O, and U. When the vowels comes individually between consonants, and its examples are ink for I, elephant for E, apple for A, not for O, cup for U, and again and for A. All right, so these symbols you can find in dictionary. That's why we have provided it over here, which will give you the clue either this vowel has a short sound or a long sound, right? So the long vowel sounds are often come when 2 vowels appear side by side, as I told you, in a syllable. When vowels work as a team to make a long vowel sound, the second vowel is silent. As I told you, the second is silent and the first will give its long sound. And what that sound is, what the name of the vowel is. So this is what written over here. And a double E also makes the long vowel sound. So its examples are, and one new rule we are going to learn over here, the vowel I often makes a long sound in a syllable, in one syllable word, if the vowel is followed by 2 consonants. Like if you find I over there and that is in one syllable, so what you will see, if this I is followed by 2 consonants, it will give its long sound I, as you can see in might. Okay, so here it's giving its long sound. All right, again it's late. You can see bossy E rule over here. It's eat, 2 vowels rule is over here. I, 2 consonant rule is over here. Odds, again 2 vowels rule is here. And mute, again bossy E rule is over here. Right? So this is how we find out either this vowel is giving a short or long sound. All right? So this is how we find out, and we are going to practice it. That is on page number 9 of your book. What you will do, you will pronounce the following words. You will draw two columns in your notebook as I've drawn over here, column A and column B. Okay, and you will write the words that have short sound in column A and those having long vowel sound in column B. So you will read it. If it's short sound, it will go to column A. And if it's long sound, it will come to column B. For example, you say it's deep. First say it deep. Now, is it short or long? It's good. It's long vowel sound, so it will go to column B. So you will write deep here like this. All right? Yes, my dear. You will keep saying these words and keep separating them in two columns. So pause the video and enjoy this activity over here. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. So let's move on, and the next is diphthong. What a diphthong is? The word diphthong comes from the Greek and it means two voices or two sounds. Two voices or two sounds. What happens basically, two vowel sounds slide together with each other and make a new sound. How? For example, here, totally there are 8 diphthongs which make 5 sounds. How? OI. OI says OA. And OY says OA. OI says OA. OY says OA. Now you see these letters individually, these alphabets have different sounds. But whenever you see this chunk of letters together in a word, they will make sound OA. OI says OA. OY says OA. All right. The next is AW. AW says aw. AW says aw. And AU says aw. Apparently these letters are different, but when they are together in a word, their sound is aw. AW says aw. AU says aw. And the next group is OU. OU says ow. OU says ow. OU says ow. And OW says ow. OW says ow. OU says ow. OW says ow. Now you see these two letters and these two letters have same sound. AW, AU have same sound. OU, OW have same sound. Again, what sounds they have? OI says OA, OY says OA. AW says aw. AU says aw. OU says ow. OW says ow. And the next is EW. EW says EU. EW says EU. EW says EU. And OO says oo. O says oo. O says oo. So these are, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 8 diphthongs which have together 5 sounds. So whenever you locate this chunk of letters together in a word, this is how you have to pronounce it. All right. So my dear teachers, here we have an activity, and what that activity is, you will say the diphthong and the class, all the students will say its sound. The way I'm going to do one for you, then you will practice with all the students. So here is OI says, now students will respond. OI says OA, OY says OA. So this is how you will pronounce all the diphthongs with class and make them to practice so that they can say it quickly. All right, so make them to say all these sounds. So pause the video and enjoy this activity with your class. Yes, my dear students. Now, can you say all the diphthongs? Are you sure? Okay, I'm going to check it. All right, here we are with the first diphthong, that is OI. So OI says, oi, good. So when you find it's here in this word. So before this diphthong, there is C. And what is the sound of C? K, k, oi, n, k, oi, n, k, oi, n. So what this word is? Coin. All right? Coin, coin. Oi, l, oi, l, oi, l. Foil. Coin, foil. Oi, joy. Oi, joy. Oi, boy. Oi, boy. Aw, 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 paw. Aw, jaw. Aw, launch. Now you see one thing more, my dear students. Here it's CH. Remember, CH is a digraph where the letters leave their own sounds and make a new sound. So CH together is ch sound. And here we find one diphthong and one digraph. And together this word is launch. Okay? Haunt. All right, this is how we practice these. Now, ow. OW says ow. You know it now. And it's k, ow, cow. Ow, now. Cow, now. Ow, loud, cloud. Ew, chew, grew. Ooh, spoon, moon. Right? This is how we pronounce diphthongs in words. Again, teachers, pause the video, practice all these words, and make the children to learn in a fun way. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Good job. Now let's see what your book says about it. Diphthongs. A diphthong is a single syllable vowel sound in which the beginning of the sound is different from the end sound. That is, the sound slides along from one vowel sound to another, as we just learned. Now you can see what EW says, EU, and what the words are there, dew, few. OW says ow, cow, how. OY says oe, boy, toy. AU says aw, pause, cause. OI says oe, oil, coin. OU says ow, cloud, mouth. AW says aw, claw, saw. OO says ooh, moon, and spoon. Right? So these are 8 diphthongs. We enjoyed practicing it. So what's the exercise here? You have to create. This is your homework. You have to create more words with the given diphthongs. So we have given you 8 diphthongs in your book. Words are given. You have to find more words and write it down in your notebook. And I'm giving you an interesting worksheet. Again, teachers, this worksheet link, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given in description box. You may click it, print it, and kindly give a printed worksheet to my students. And students, what you have to do, you have to find out the correct word and complete the sentences. And you can see all the words given here are having diphthongs. So you may practice saying all these words. So what we have learned today, we learned that when there is one vowel in a word, either at the beginning or between 2 consonants, it usually has short vowel sound. And when a word has 2 vowels, usually the first vowel says its name, that is long sound, and the second vowel is silent, such as AI in rain, OA in boat, and EA in beach. We further learnt that a diphthong is a single syllable vowel sound in which the beginning sound is different from the ending sound, as in O-I, O-Y, A-W, A-U, O-W, O-U, E-W, and double. So in this way, we achieved our today's hello to pronounce and practice long and short vowel sounds and diphthongs as they occur in practice items and sentences in reading and in speech. Are we done with it? Yes, and we thoroughly enjoy doing it. So that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till the time, keep learning. Take very good care of yourself and the people around you. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.